If growing your business right now feels as if you are trying to push a square peg through a round hole, or, selling your offer and sales calls and just like trying to get more clients, it feels as if you're pushing a rock up a hill, boy, are you going to love this video. Because oftentimes people try to solve their business problems. They try to solve their sales problems by trying to learn some tactics. They try to learn how to get better at marketing. They try to learn how to be better at sales, how to get more sales conversions. They try to create some little urgency or scarcity tactics. And while those tactics can optimize a little bit, they very rarely help you get an entirely different result. And if you feel as if you're, once again, trying to push a rock up a hill, we need a totally different result. We're not trying to optimize that process a little bit. We want to feel as if we are just running downhill. We want to feel as if things are effortless. So that's what today's video is going to be about. We'll start off with a story. So fully transparent, this video is actually being inspired by a client call I literally just got off about 30 minutes ago. This call was a situation where we have a client who we've been working with for probably 4-ish months now, give or take, and he is hitting some record months, record-breaking months, 6 figures a month. He's doing well on paper, but he was talking about how his profitability wasn't quite where it should be, and people weren't quite enrolling into his offer in the really the way it should be. And there just seemed to be some things that were off. And so we were diving into the data. We were looking at, cost per ticket sold. We were looking at, the show rates. We were looking at the back end close rates. We were looking at cash collection rates. And we were trying to figure out where is the bottleneck? And as we were diving deeper into it, it almost felt like we were getting further and further away from the real solution. And that is the first thing that I want to encourage you to pay attention to. If you right now are in a spot in business where you feel like you've tried all of the tactics, you've tried hiring marketing agencies, you've tried all the different funnels, you've tried ads, you've tried salespeople, you're trying all of the tactics, and it almost feels like the more tactics you try, if it feels in your gut like you're getting further away from the real solution, listen to your gut, because it's probably right. It's probably steering you actually in the right direction. In this specific situation, as we're, well into an hour of the call, and this is just a private client call, we're well into an hour into it, and he said, man, honestly, I'm just kind of wondering if the event is the right event. I'm wondering if we should maybe switch up some of the content and switch up maybe the theme of the event and maybe even sell a slightly different offer. I'm like, okay. And so that actually helped me be reminded to take a way bigger step back. I said, hold on. I hear ya. That might help, but let's explore that a little bit deeper. Let's zoom out even further. And let me tell you real quick, one of the lessons that I've learned from any of the colleagues or friends of mine who have hit over $1 million a month in their business. Every single person that I know that has hit $1 million a month or more in their business has done so with an offer that they felt that it was almost selling candy to a kid in a candy store. A kid who's already searching for candy. They already have their mom and dad's credit card or, $20 on them that mom and dad gave them, and they are ready to buy some candy. It should feel effortless. That is almost every single business that I know that's hit $1 million or more in a month in cash collected. They're all having offers that are the right place, the right time, the right opportunity. And it's selling effortlessly. And when you have an offer like that and you put that in front of the right people, it should feel as if it's almost like a cheat code, almost as if you just unlocked a cheat code for growing the business. That's how it should feel. And you should also see that in profits. You should see that in growth rate and run rate, and all of the little numbers that you're going to be looking at. And so when I said that, he said, yeah, man, that's how this other business that I have has. I have this other business that I started, call it 2 months ago. And he's like, dude, I actually feel like that one is just growing effortlessly. And he's like, so I understand what you're saying there. He's like, because this business is definitely not growing effortlessly. I said, well, hold on. I didn't even know you had another business. Tell me about that. He starts telling me about this other business on the side that he had with a partner, and it was growing pretty quickly, and they were getting incredible results with the service for some of the early customers and clients they already had. And he's like, yeah, so maybe I just need to create another offer like that. I said, brother, why not just do your event to sell that service? Why go create another offer? Why go recreate the wheel when you already seemingly have an offer that's meeting the market where it's at? And when I said that, the light bulb clicked. You could see it in his eyes. You could see it unlock. It was actually both himself and kind of a right-hand person on his team. They both were like, this is it. Thank you. Like, you just gave us permission to go all in on the offer that is absolutely selling well. It's absolutely the right place, right time, right opportunity. And I say this 30 minutes after the call is over. I would be absolutely stunned if they go put together an event to go sell this other offer. I'm not going to disclose all the details because I don't want you guys to go offer hack him or funnel hack him or anything. I would be absolutely stunned if he does not massively grow. We're talking explode his revenue. I would be stunned if he's not making multi six figures a month in a matter of 6 months from now. I would be stunned if his profits weren't considerably better than the current business he has that's making 6 figures a month. I would be stunned if he doesn't have significantly more clients in that organization in 6 months from now than what he has in his other organization that's once again doing 6 figures. It's the right place, right opportunity, right time, right everything. And so that is what is inspiring this message for you today. I want you to be reminded, the fastest growing businesses out there on the market, they do not force demand. Instead, they simply align their business with where the market's demand already is. It usually comes down to a mix of 3 things. It is usually the right offer being given at the right time to the right audience. I know that might sound general, so let's unpack that for just one moment. When I say right offer, I mean it's something that the market overall, that there are people that are actively searching for solutions that your offer pretty much is, okay? On top of that, so the right offer, once again, it's meeting the market with like what the market's already searching for. So for example, if you're a mindset coach, like, I'm sorry, but no one's searching for mindset coaches. Like, very few people in the market are searching for that. You have to pivot your messaging and pivot your offer in a way that's designed that someone would literally Google, like, is there anyone out there offering this sort of a service or with this sort of a product? Like, you want something that people, when they see, they're like, yeah, take my money now. Okay, so then that's right offer. Now, the right timing is about the offer obviously being given at the right time. For example, if you said that you had an offer to help people out with their Facebook ads, that would have been incredible back in, 2017, maybe 2015, maybe 2020 even. But right now, there's not a whole lot of people. Like, the general market is not out there searching like, is there anyone out there that can help me with my Facebook ads? Like, that's not what everyone is saying, okay? So right timing is you have a great offer that people are searching for, and it's like you're hitting it with a trend. Like, you're trying to capitalize almost on trends. For example, AI right now, call it what it is. It's a booming trend. If you go look up Google Trends, for example, and you go search AI, and you search AI in comparison to literally anything else, good luck on trying to find something that has a higher search volume than AI. Okay, AI is a huge trend, huge opportunity to capitalize on right now to maybe build an offer around. Quick example of this, I know someone that made millions of dollars in Trump's election in 2016 selling like Trump apparel and like Trump coins, for example, because that was it was an offer that people were interested in, but the offer, people were only interested in it because it was the right time, right? It was exciting for a lot of Trump's fans. They're like, oh, this is a big change in history, and so yeah, we'd love to be a part of this. And it was like the right timing. If someone tried to go sell Trump apparel right now, good freaking luck. It's not that the offer doesn't make sense. It's that people aren't searching for that right now. That's not meeting the market with where things are trending, right? So that's what I mean by right timing. Now, the right audience is really important to understand as well, because oftentimes you might have an offer that people really need, but it's not necessarily what they want. One of my absolute best piece of advice a mentor has ever given me around offer creation was, he said, Zach, you got to give people what they want and deliver what they need. That said, when I say right audience, for example, in the marketing space, helping small businesses that are startups, maybe they're pre-revenue, maybe they only have $2,000, $3,000 a month. Helping small businesses with marketing and advertising services, that's something that they want. Fully transparent, that could be a desire that you could capitalize on. However, if I was trying to sell a multi-$1,000 service, especially on a recurring monthly basis, to a small business owner who desperately needs and wants new customers. But if they have no budget, that's not a perfect offer. That's not capitalizing on that kind of 3-tier approach here. Your audience should be people. It should be a large total addressable market. One that's not just, we're not talking tens of thousands of people in America that can hire you. Ideally, there are millions of people that are in your total addressable market, the people that genuinely would be an incredible fit to buy your offer. And ideally, that market should be people that have the funds already that can easily afford your service. Once again, we're trying to make it easy to sell this offer. And if your offer is priced at a premium price point, it should not be designed for people that struggle to pay premium prices. That is not a no-brainer offer, okay? A $6,000 offer, or let's say a $10,000 offer, is a lot of money to an individual that only makes $90,000 a year. That is a lot of money. But a $10,000 offer to an individual who maybe is an entrepreneur that makes $1 million a year, $10,000 is a drop in the bucket for them compared to $10,000 for a $90,000 salaried W-2 earner, okay? So make sure that your audience, when we're talking about, once again, right audience, it should be a large audience, and the audience should have an awareness around what you're selling of like they're actively looking for solutions like yours, and they should easily have the money to pay you for whatever it is that you're trying to ask for. When those 3 elements, once again, audience, offer, and timing, when those 3 elements line up, growth is almost effortless. This may sound harsh, but this came up on the call with the client that I'm talking about. I said, it sounds as if you guys were trying to optimize something that people didn't want. Here's where it actually sounds harsh. I said, you can't optimize garbage. Garbage is still garbage at the end of the day. It's similar to, maybe you've heard people say, putting lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig. Just because you put lipstick on it does not make it better, does not make it something that people suddenly want. So don't try to overly optimize and tweak an offer or a sales process or a funnel if it's just not selling well in the first place. If it's not selling well in the first place and it's not almost effortless, it's probably just not what people want. That's okay. That might be a hard pill to swallow. That might be kind of a hit to the ego. Just because you've had some sales does not mean that it's what people want. When I say what people want, I mean the masses. It doesn't mean that this is an easy, scalable offer, okay? You can easily get to, literally just in the client example, he's doing 6 figures a month. It's not that he's broke. It's that growth feels extremely hard when it should not feel that way. If you actually have an offer that the masses truly want, it's the right offer, right timing, right audience. If it doesn't feel as if you have that, don't continue to try to put lipstick on a pig. Don't continue to try to optimize, in the example earlier, don't try to optimize garbage. It's still garbage at the end of the day. Once again, doesn't mean that your offer is garbage. Doesn't mean that what you have to help people with is garbage. It's just not what people want. That's what I'm saying garbage is. Usually people are not searching for garbage. Usually people are searching for treasure. Usually people are searching for things that are highly desired, and selling those sorts of services that are highly desired is really easy. It does not take a sales expert to sell a great offer. Earlier, I've already mentioned the analogy of it should feel as if you're selling candy to a kid in the candy store. What I mean by that is that you already have an audience that is in market and they're searching for your solution. They have the funds and the money to pay for it, and they're ready to go right here, right now. And you are quite literally just essentially accepting their money and giving them the goods that they're already there searching for. They sought you out, they picked out the candy, and they're like, please take my money so I could just eat this already. It should feel as if that is almost your reality. Now, putting this back into the world of paid virtual events, because that's why a lot of people are here, is when you have an event that is trying to sell an offer that people kind of want, you'll typically have a hard time selling tickets. You'll typically have a hard time getting people to show up, and you'll typically have a very hard time getting the people that show up to actually buy the back-end offer. If your main brand and your main offer is something that people just kind of want, or that only some people want. But if you have an offer that is truly irresistible and you build an event around that, guys, I'm telling you, I don't know how else to say it other than tickets will sell like hotcakes, and you'll have a higher show rate than any tactician or optimizing, funnel optimizer could ever get you. And your back-end conversion rate will almost appear as if you're the world's greatest salesperson from stage. even if you have no experience selling from stage. That is the difference in hosting an event to sell an offer that people kind of want versus like truly irresistible offer that everyone wants. So I think that admittedly, being at this stage in the video, there's probably two buckets of people watching this. Bucket number one is the person that you already have something that people genuinely do really want. You have something that whether it's an element of your core service or maybe it's a totally different service that you haven't really focused on, but you have something that like it truly does feel effortless to sell. And maybe that has not been the core focus of trying to sell that or trying to build your offer around just that. Maybe it's a separate business that's kind of been on the side that you just haven't given your full attention to, but it's like, hey, it's kind of hard to kill that second business because it's actually making so much money and it's almost effortless. But you haven't actually given yourself permission or even the thought to just go all in on that. And so if that's you, I want you to just be encouraged. You have the permission. Go for it. Go sell that offer. Go sell the thing that you know every single person comes to you for. For example, if you have a funnel service, I don't know, like let's say you're a marketer and every single person comes to you and they're like, hey, we want help with our ads, we want help with our ads, we want help with our ads. But instead you've been trying to sell them this like funnel optimizing consulting package, blah, 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 plus you help them out with their ads. It's like, no. Stop with all the funnel stuff. Just sell them the thing they want, okay? Go all in on the thing that everyone is telling you that they want. Now, that's pretty easy to know if you're in that bucket. The other percentage of people, I'm going to say 70% of you, 60% of you, I don't know. This is just a guess. I have no idea who you are at the end of the day. You're in the second bucket, which is you're in a situation where you don't feel like you have that at all. It feels like you're struggling, whether you're making 10K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month. It just feels like you're struggling in general. And sure, you're getting some clients here and there. You have a couple referrals coming at you. You're getting clients that are, they're great clients to work with for sure. But it doesn't feel like your marketing is really paying off. You've tried ads, you've tried funnels, you've tried selling from stage, you've tried it all. And it just doesn't feel like there's any traction anywhere. Sure, business is continuing to grow here and there, but it does feel like you're trying to push a rock up a hill. And it doesn't feel like there's any element that people are genuinely like searching for. I would encourage you, just take a step back. Take off the glasses, take off the blinders, take a step back from your business in general, not just the offer, but the business in general. And think about like, where is your market heading? Where's the market in general heading? AI, for example, popular trend right now, at least at the time of recording this. I don't see that going away anytime over the next couple years. Digital marketing is changing quite a bit. So I don't that's something that people are always looking to learn more about, but it's changing so much that one's kind of hard to have an offer to ride long term. But anyway, like AI, for example, would be a great trend. GLP-1s or peptides, for example, in the health space, that's a huge trend right now. Anyway, just in general, think about like what trends are there that we can capitalize on, and think about where your core zone of genius is. And think about what are people genuinely searching for, that they have dollars in pocket, they are ready to go, and they're just looking for the right solution within that specific trend, and go create an offer around that. Or at least pray about it, or do some thinking time, do some strategic, just pen and paper think time around how can you apply your zone of genius into what the market is genuinely looking for, searching for, and has money to pay for, and they're happy to pay for. And how can you meet the market where it's going? If you do that, I can assure you that any of the marketing tactics that you've tried in the past or that you're thinking about trying in the future are going to seem more effective and almost more effortless than you could possibly imagine. Growth can be easy. It does not have to be hard. And that's the point of today's video, is that if it's been hard, let's take a step back. Let's look at the bigger picture and let's see how can we design a business or an offer that does make growth easier. Now, I know that some of you guys right now, you're sitting here and you have sunk cost fallacy or, sunk cost bias, where you're looking at what you have built and you've got some like ego and some, maybe it's not even ego. Maybe it's just like a personal attachment to like, I don't want to kill my baby. It served me well up to this point. And sure, growth doesn't seem like it's going in the right direction anymore, but like, I just don't want to kill it because you're so far into it. You got some sunk cost, I think it's called sunk cost bias or sunk cost fallacy, something like that. But like, you just don't want to kill it because you've put so much money into it. If that's you, don't let ego get in the way of growing your business. Don't let ego get in the way of you serving your family, serving your community, making more money, getting richer, being able to impact the market. Don't let ego get in the way of hitting your goals. It's okay. You could put an old offer to rest. I know you might have had a good run with it. It might have served you well. Metaphorically, go give that thing a hug and say, hey, I appreciate you for getting me here. And I'm not going to forget about you, but you're in the backseat of the bus. I'm going to take on over in the driving this bus now because you don't know how to get us to where we're going, but you did get us here. So I appreciate you, but we're going to go somewhere else. I know that might sound cheesy, that might sound woo-woo, but some people are very attached to their offers, and that's okay. But don't let your attachment to your offer get in the way of you actually reaching the goals and stepping into the potential that you have within you. Now, for those people that are watching this that you're like, no, I've got the offer, right? It's selling crazy well. It's just flying off the shelves. It's flying off like hotcakes, right? If that's you, and you'd like to sell even more of it, you'd like to scale even faster, boy, can I help you out, okay? I would encourage you, go to paidevents.com. My entire team and I, all we focus on is helping people host paid virtual events where they can sell tickets to their dream customers, get a bunch of people to buy tickets, show up to a virtual presentation that you go live for 2, maybe even 3 days, maybe even 5 days, 5 days if we're getting all crazy. And you can actually deliver an incredible customer experience. You shift their mindset. You show them what's possible with your offer, with your style of, services. And then you give them a shameless plug. You give them an offer to continue working with you. And it's an incredible experience when you have an offer that people truly want. So truly, if that's you and you have an offer that people truly want, hit us up, go to paidevents.com, book a call with either myself or someone from my team. We'd be happy to talk about what that could look like in your business to really take you to the next level and truly multiply and exponentially grow your business this year. And by the way, if you're new around here, I'd highly encourage you, subscribe to the channel if you got any value out of today's video. We have 2 videos every single week that we produce every Tuesday and every Friday. Tuesdays are very tactical, strategic videos. That's what this one is, right? And every Friday, we'll actually usually unpack scripture, biblically driven principles. And we'll talk about how those can apply into how you're growing your business and how you are multiplying your business. Whether you're a smaller stage business or a larger stage business, it truly can apply to just about anyone. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, I would invite you, go hit that subscribe button and can't wait to see you in the next video. But that's about all we have for you today, guys. So hopefully this was helpful for you. Once again, do encourage you. If growth feels hard, take a step back, look at your offer and see if it's truly hitting the market with where the market is going and what the market's truly looking for. And when you can design an offer that meets the market with where it's at and where they're going and serves a large total addressable market, people with money, boy, growth can feel easy and it feels like a whole lot of fun. So that's my encouragement for you today. Can't wait to see you in the next video. Till then, peace.